Hello everybody, Michael here from the RollAgain YouTube channel. So, today what we're going to be doing on Basic Paints is we're going to be painting a D&D character. Now, this D&D character is actually, if you remember from the podcast, if you listen to that, it's Jack from the podcast. It's his character. I found a model that looks scarily similar to what his character is supposed to be going for, and so let's get right into it. Alright, first off what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some Rakarth flesh color and we're going to be painting parts of his clothing that's kind of underneath his armor. It's just like the base of his clothing, like what he'd be wearing underneath armor. I guess it would be considered a cloak of some sort? I don't know. It's hard to tell with these characters. There's probably an actual term for it. But yeah, just a light coat over it because the model's already white, so it's going to be like that. Next, we're going to be taking some black, and we're going to go over the armor plating parts, but not on the shoulders. Just his, what is that called? The thing that's on your chest. That thing that's up there, and his arms as well. Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some dark brown, or what will be dark brown, and putting it on his shoulders, because he has more of a leather armor than anything, so it's not going to be like a metallic color. Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a light leather and we are going to put it on all the belt pieces and all of the belts that go around, or straps that go around his body. And once we finish covering all of those with about 2 layers of that to get them nice and a solid color, we're going to also do that around the guitar or lute or whatever he's holding on his back. Alright, once we finish all the brown parts with all the leather, we're going to use some just regular barbarian flesh color, and we're going to use that for the face, and we're just going to give a really light coat over the face so that it doesn't obscure any detail that's around the face area. Now, a problem that I found with painting this model is that trying to find different colors for it. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of brown and a lot of leathery colors, and that's kind of the issue, because there's so much leather and brown that's in these types of paintings that's what it's going to show for the most part. So it's going to be very difficult to find any colors that are different and that kind of pop. Now, luckily a solution that I came up with while painting this model was to use a lot of other colors that would be dry brushed over it later to add to pop more things out. So with the armor plating, I eventually ended up painting it blue, and the orb in his hand is purple, and the sword I also add some magic effect to it. Now this also aligns well with the story that I have in the campaign that we're doing, but it also just kind of adds a little bit more than just, oh, it's just a leathery brown character with nothing added to it. Alright, so next what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be using some Golem flesh. Now this is a contrast paint, which I personally don't like using, but for certain things like the face where I'm not the best at doing details there, it does the trick just fine. And again, I'm not the best at painting, I'm just learning along with everyone else. But yeah, we're just going to do a thin coat of that over the face. Next up, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dry brushing some blue highlights over the armor plating that we painted black before, and this is going to give it a really nice old matted look to his armor, which is more of a frizz than an armor. Next up, we're going to be using his sword. Now, his sword is a very, very light silver, because we're going to be doing a magical effect with it. Now, in our campaign that we're playing, Jack, well, his backstory, has a magical ice sword that when it comes in contact with blood, it turns that blood to ice. So I gave it a little bit of effect. I used really light blue at first, and then I did a dark blue coating that was kind of dry brushed on there, not really dry brushed as much as just regular brushed on there, and it adds a really nice ice enchanted look. Next up, what I did is I just took a very light yellow and I painted it over just certain parts of his look that I wanted to have a little bit more contrast and more detail. And I think it turned out really well. Alright, so one of the last things we're actually going to be painting is the orb that he's holding in his hand. Now, again, this is part of his backstory. I keep bringing that up. I have a very, very written backstory for this character. And the orb is kind of like what gives him his magic power. I also did a little cool effect with his face after everything was dried off. I dry brushed the purple on it, and it gave him just that magical look to him. Now, here's always the fun part. We're going to be basing the model. Now, basing these models is really simple. You just put some glue on its base that kind of has texture on it already, and then you plop it down on its black base. You cover it up like any model that you would normally do, and then put your grass on it after painting it whatever color. I chose to paint the brown because I finally got it off of Amazon. I got it back, and that's where we went with for the base. Alright, now it's time to put a wash on the model. Again, wash is like a cheat. It's just a cheat, but it makes it look so nice once you've put the wash on it completely and it's completely dried afterwards. Now, this character is inspired by my friend's character that he created and that I'm writing a backstory for, and I think it turned out really well, and I hope my friend enjoys the new character that I will be giving him for his birthday, which is coming up pretty soon. If he sees this video, surprise, because it's coming up before your birthday, but I hope you enjoyed. Everyone, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.